Hello, bookworms, bibliophiles, and lovers of all things literature, and welcome to the next chapter of the Brawless Book Guild podcast, where we discard our bras and flip the script to talk about books, both published and unpublished.
And movies.
And movies in this one. We are your hosts, Jenna.
Hi, guys.
I'm Marissa, and this is Megan.
Hello.
And now, Jenna, you can take a bite. I will pause.
You watched me push this away and then remember that I was going to have to say my name and get pulled it right back. You can't have your little snacky snack.
No snacky snacks for me. No.
All right. Marissa and I'll handle this.
Okay.
You enjoy your
Well,
snack.
you do have to ask me about my tea first.
that's
really
true.
quickly, Jenna, what are you drinking today?
Hot chocolate.
You have to ask me about my tea, but I'm not drinking tea.
But I'm not drinking tea. You're drinking the cherry hot chocolate.
Yes, Look, it's already 80 degrees outside. Your apartment's nice and cool. I'm enjoying a hot beverage while I still can because we're about to hit horrible weather soon, and I'm going to enjoy my hot beverage and hold on to the coldness as long as possible, which is why I'm also wearing a cardigan, although I'm also wearing my Thailand elephant pants. So
you got warm on top, cool on bottom.
Yeah, I mix it up.
All right, Jenna, go ahead and eat your food, Megan.
All right, you guys discuss.
Megan, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking what was it, hibiscus?
Wild berry hibiscus.
Wild berry hibiscus.
Jenna tries to answer with her mic away from her. And
Still cold.
Oh, R.I.P.
I'm gonna eat it anyway.
At least they're pre-cooked and they're not like inedible.
Yeah, it's not raw.
It's not raw. There you go. Yeah, so wild berry hibiscus by I don't know the brand name.
Oh, it's the one from Pete's Coffee.
Mighty Leaf.
Mighty
Leaf. Yeah, I thought that was such a cute name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm drinking that. What are you drinking, Marissa?
That's my Jolly Rancher tea. I am drinking a decaffeinated Earl Grey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good old staple.
Good old staple. I love Earl Greys. I've been drinking them a lot at work, honestly, because they have the Bigelow Earl Grey there.
Oh yeah.
So because we're recording this in the evening, I just did the same thing, Bigelow decaffeinated Earl Grey.
Right.
So
I
I haven't sipped it yet because it's still really hot. So
yeah,
I'm giving it some time.
I'm gonna wait a little bit for mine as well.
Yeah. But anyways, today we are going to be discussing movies that we want to see as books, or books that we have read that are not movies or TV series, or maybe we want them to be redone because we didn't like the adaptations.
Yeah.
Basically just books, movies, books. We had already done good, bad, and all the other adaptations episode. This is kind of the ones that it's like, we don't have that adaptation, whether it's one way or the other. So we thought we'd flip the script and talk about it that way.
Also, that episode was like a year and a half ago.
Exactly.
So we're due for a new one.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had a lot of adaptations.
It's true.
Like a lot more that have come out. So yeah, this is a good time, I'd say.
Definitely. So yeah, I guess the inspiration for this initially was movies and TV shows that aren't books that we would like to read the books of. So do you guys have any of those?
Of course.
And now we're going to fact check Megan to see if it actually was a book or not.
I do know that there is a novelization of the movie, but it is not like it's like one of those things like when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, Disney put out the picture book, and halfway through the books, it's like screenshots of the movie.
Yeah.
But I would really love The Mummy.
Yeah.
I would kill to have a book of The Mummy. And I know that there's like books inspired by The Mummy
Right.
out there, but I straight up want Rick O'Connell, Evie, Jonathan, Ardeth Bay, and Prince Imhotep.
You know what's funny is that was one of the first ones I thought of too.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I didn't say it was because I feel like there were going to be so many things of like, yeah, but this book is basically that. And I'm like, no, that's not the Mummy though.
And the reason I said that is I'm hoping you guys could be like, this book is basically that.
Yes.
Like I have, a lot of people have said, Where the Library Hides,
or
What the River Knows is the first one, and Where the Library Hides and that one. And I read the first one, and it does not have Mummy vibes at all.
I think that's the problem too, is that there's a lot of, like, you'll see a lot of TikToks and stuff like, if you liked this, then read this type stuff. And it's like, sometimes, yes, they're accurate and they're good, but sometimes you're like, you got way different vibes than I got from
Exactly.
that.
I do understand, and this is the genre, I guess, is not a brand new genre, but one that's becoming a lot more prevalent, is academic adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's very much, The Mummy is very much academic adventure. And then What the River Knows is academic adventure. The book that I'm writing this year is academic adventure.
Yeah.
But I straight up just want The Mummy.
Yeah.
I just want it. I want to read about these characters. And I'd love to have, like, it be more backstory on Imhotep and Anaxinamun. And I want, like, more of the yearning and, like, the sexual tension between Rick and Evie. Like, I want it all.
Yeah.
Please, someone write it.
I think that's a really good, like I said, it was one of the first ones I thought. I do think there would be something missing from it, from like, and this is just personally on my end of it, like, I think the actors did so well in it and
Yeah.
brought the characters to life that, yes, going from watching the movie to going to read the book, as long as it's done well, it would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there would be something missing if you didn't watch the movie and you read the book, that like watching the movie would bring
Right.
something out of it.
And I think you could say that for a lot of these, but I do
Yes.
feel like The Mummy itself also, it is a cult classic now. It is so
Mhm.
special in everyone's heart that it would be so hard to do well.
Yeah,
Same thing when people say books, like, oh, the movie just couldn't do it.
exactly.
So it's the same thing. And I just feel like, especially for that one, a lot of people would agree and say, you know, it just can't, there's no perfection there. But maybe someday.
Yeah, and I think they'd have to, I think, like we say with all of it, as long as it's done well, they would have to be very focused on the characters and
Yes.
stuff, because I think if it went too much into like the mythology and all of it, although I would love that part, I would love the like mythology and learning all of that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would be like, oh, this is super boring right now. I'm just learning
But I feel
the
like
history.
if we're in Evie's perspective, like if it's a multi-perspective thing,
Mm-hmm.
if we're in Evie's perspective, we need that.
Oh, I guess that's a good question. Would it be a multi-perspective?
It
Like,
has
what
to
kind
be.
of book would you want it to
Each
be?
chapter has to be from a different person's perspective.
Yeah, you get like Jonathan and Evie, and then Emotep when you get the
Yeah.
background stuff.
I
I
think
feel
that
like
you
maybe-
would get it, but I think that they'd write it well. I think that if you had to write it from Evie's perspective, it would be, you get the interesting part. It wouldn't be a textbook feel where it's like, oh, here's the just let me list off words. It'd be like, Evie sat there and counted gods or something to like keep her calm, like, you know, or something like that. You get these little things that would just build it into the story because it's how Evie thinks.
I think it would be something along the line of like Evie being fascinated by something and like going into it and seeing it and then getting interrupted by
Right.
like Rick or Jonathan or somebody. And so you get that like little taste of it, but then it gets interrupted.
Right.
And Rick is out here like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
The whole time just like, oh, why am I here? Well, she's pretty.
Yeah.
I like her, I guess.
She got me out of getting hanged, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I owe her.
God, I've got to watch that movie again now. I literally watched it like 2 weeks ago, but I got to rewatch
It's
it
such a
again.
good movie. And the second one's great too.
I love the second one.
After that, it kind of fell off, but
Yeah. I also really adore the second one. And there is plot holes from the first to the second one. Like if she really was, if Evie was really the
yeah,
reincarnation of Nefertiti,
yeah,
she would, like, he would look at her and be like, "You're not a Noxinamun.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
Nefertiti."
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's some plot holes, but maybe the book itself could fill those
Clean that-
in.
Yeah, clean
Yeah.
that up.
Like he didn't even give Nefertiti the time of day. Never even looked her in the eye because
Look.
he was so in love with the Noxinamun.
Guys, he was mummified. Those eyeballs are really old. It's not so good. He doesn't see so well.
That's
Those
true.
aren't his eyes. Technically, he took them from
That's
somebody else.
Whose vision was also not very
Exactly.
good.
Yeah, that's
Glasses.
very true.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's the plot hole filler.
There you go.
I'm fixing this for you guys.
You kind of look like an Oxygen. I'm gonna go with you.
Look, you look really familiar. You must be an Oxunamun.
You're
You're
pretty-
woman shaped. And
Yes.
you have dark hair.
Dark hair. Woman
Yes.
shaped dark hair. Kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. It could have just been anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those. It's funny because I love those movies, and I thought those would make really, really good books, but it would have to be written well. But I think what what it would be, what we'd get from the books would be even more character.
Yeah.
Because they're action movies, so they're fast paced. There's a fast paced love story, fast paced, like, this is how we feel with Jonathan, this is how things are going. It would be really cool to see the kind of backstory of Jonathan and Evie and their parents and how, like, discussions.
I want there, if we're doing multiple character perspectives, I want there to be a Benny perspective.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Just all of his, like,
Well, we got a Benny dying.
but he would I think he would be great because he would be the comic relief of it all
right.
throughout the entire, like, you'd be getting these, like, intense moments and these intense character interactions, and then you cut to Betty, who's just, like, trying to, like, skate his way through life.
And then Jonathan's like the same as him, but
Yeah.
a little bit more academic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just thinking it would be so funny to have just the entire book from Jonathan's perspective, watching his sister fall in love and be like, yeah.
Look,
he
we thought we were
stole
going
the-
on an adventure, but really this is my sister's love story.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And he's like, and honestly, I got some gold out of it. I'll ship it.
He was literally like, I was just trying to, like, get all of this gold and steal this treasure.
Yeah.
Oh, and my sister found love, I guess.
Yeah. That'd be. I do feel like book 2 could be from his point of perspective. Well, it's got to be from the kid's perspective as well.
Oh,
But
yeah. No, I think book 2 would be great to start off with, like, Jonathan writing in his journal of, like, his great adventure and just, like, completely, like, exaggerating all of it of him being, like, the big hero in all of it.
He
so
is Rick O'Connell, and Rick O'Connell is the awkward Jonathan from his perspective.
That
and
would
so
be
he could,
so
like,
funny.
sum up the first book. So, like, when you have that gap between books that you're like, what happened in the first one? That first chapter is literally just him summing it all up, but, like,
Olaf
inaccurately.
style.
that,
Yes.
oh my gosh. That would be so freaking funny. Okay, fan fiction. You guys. We'll do it. And then we'll talk to Bryan Singer, who's the director.
There you go.
Wait, no, it's not Bryan Singer. It's Bryan Singer did X-Men.
I don't know if you don't need to talk to the director, you need to talk to the writer.
There exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Megan's looking it up.
I
Jenna,
yeah.
you're slacking on your research
I know. I'm trying to enjoy my tarts that are cold. My
Your
snackies.
cold tarts.
Steven Summers is the director and the writer. Story by Steven Summers,
Oh,
Lloyd Fonville, and Kevin Jarre. I always looking up, like, when I watch movies like this, I always love looking up. Oh, he's no longer with us.
Oh.
Dang it. I always love looking up, oh, what else have this director done?
Yeah.
And it's always fun to look those up.
I know that the Mummy script is one of those ones that you can find online.
Oh,
That
very
you could read.
cool.
The cool thing is, like, you can find the original
The
script,
original, yeah.
so you can see how different it was.
Uh-huh.
And, like, I haven't read through the entire script yet, but I remember starting it. I'm like, this is not how it started off. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thebes, city of the living.
right.
Do I have that movie memorized? Maybe.
It's possible.
I have Lord of the Rings memorized.
But-
Well, at least I did. I don't know anymore.
Jenna, do you have a movie or TV series that you would like to read as a book?
Well, on the note of cult classics, The Addams Family. It's originally a comic,
Yeah.
but from New Yorker magazine, I think, is what it was originally. But the thing is, okay, look, there's a lot of comics that would be fun as books. But yeah, I think it would be fun to have an Addams Family book where you get a little bit more of the twisted, weird, goofy things and the romance between
Gomez
Morticia and
and
Gomez.
yeah.
I think it would be fun to have a little bit more in-depth behind the scenes for the Addams Family.
There is one.
Is there?
I
a
just
book
remembered, and I think
I know they have a lot of, like, kind
based off of
of
kind
children's, like, middle grade type books of them, but I don't know if they have.
I remember one of the authors, I think from Owl Crate, did an Addams Family book. But it wasn't called
Wednesday's Library is apparently a book.
They have the book version of Wednesday the Show on
Oh, they
Netflix.
do?
I
Yeah.
think that's what this is.
I didn't read that. I have very conflicting feelings about the show in general, so I wasn't as hyped for it.
Mm.
But lesbians on TikTok were all about like, this whole book really changes the perspective, and she definitely is in love with Eden. And
I bet everyone had that. I think everyone shipped that.
yeah, I think Jenna Ortega shipped that more than because she talks about how she really didn't like the love triangle of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just as a group are not into love triangles.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole thing was not good. I am going to be hunting this down. I am so sorry. You guys,
Okay.
we should keep talking, but I remember specifically one author that we really liked did an Addams Family book. It was like an Owl Crate.
I think the cool thing about Addams Family is that it has so many different adaptations in and of itself.
Yeah.
So, like, you have what I automatically think of as the Addams Family, which is the 2001 or 2000. What was the early one? The one before Addams Family Values.
Just the regular Addams Family?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like in the 90s? It was like
That might have been
98 or
90s,
something?
actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's what I think of when I think of Addams Family is that.
91.
91.
91?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? It came out after I was born because I watched it after I was born. That's what I say that. I was not born in 2000. I was born earlier than that.
You were old enough in 2000 to
I was
remember
old
a
enough
movie.
in 2000 to remember it. But yeah, that's what I think of. A lot of people think of the old black and white
Yeah,
like,
the
show.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think of the comics. Some people think of the like cartoon movies, and there's so many different like adaptations to it that it's one of those big ones that like, yeah, I'm sure there are books out there. That'd be cool to have books based off of like that movie.
Right. Honestly, I wouldn't want the exact movie. It's like I'd want its own plot, but I also wouldn't want it to be too like I don't want a Wednesday. I don't want a Wednesday book, but I'd like the feel of it necessarily. I do think that the Addams Family Values would make a fun book too, though.
I think the cool thing about the Addams Family, the movie, was like the whole Fester thing of it.
Right.
Of like, was he actually Fester or was he somebody else? And I think that's part of what would make it good for a book too.
I still love that it pulls up on my feed all the time where she's like, you can take my brother-in-law and you can make him into this, but really, Judy, pastels?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember if her name was Judy or something, but yeah.
No, it was what was her name?
Played by Joan.
Yeah, Joan Cusack.
Cusack, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna bother me now.
I'm still looking up the book. It's gonna bother you.
Yeah, bother me for a while. We're good.
Please, I'll go to my IMDb. You can find it out. Oh, Debbie,
but really,
yes.
Debbie, pastels.
Debbie.
Yes.
And
she was just for some reason way, way, way far down on the list of characters,
that's
even though
weird.
she's like
the main antagonist.
character.
Yeah.
maybe it's
But you got to think about it, like you have the entire family.
right.
You got the staff.
Look.
You got...
Digit Adams, cousin Ophelia were before her. I don't know who those people are.
Cousin Ophelia?
Little
Yeah.
Tully. Fingers Adams.
It was a cousin. Wasn't it cousin? Its wife or something like that. Was
Yeah.
Cousin
So, yeah.
Ophelia. Yeah.
No, Fauna? I thought Fauna. I don't know. Like all these people.
Did they
were
have
before them.
a thing on it before?
Ooh.
Because that would be great.
Let's see.
Who played
Yes,
Thing's hand?
Christopher Hart played Thing,
Oh, I was just talking about
and Joan Cusack.
yeah.
Was who played Debbie, by the way. Because
we said that already.
Oh, I thought you said by what's
you don't
her name.
listen.
I was looking her up. I'm sorry.
You were busy. We were also talking about or I was talking about my parents. Christopher Lloyd just had his birthday
Oh yeah.
and he was Uncle Fester
Yeah.
and Doc from
He's
Back to
been
the
a lot
Future.
of
He's been
things.
in so like Roger Rabbit. We love Roger Rabbit. He was in
Mhm.
that one. He's just such a very good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay, how about you, Marissa? What is on top of your list of what you would like to see?
Oh, sure. I'll go from the top. The top of my list, I had Zombieland.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because it's one of my favorite movies. I feel like it'd be one of those really good, like, quirky books, because that's kind of what I've been reading lately. Where it has, like, those rules, and I think that's how it would be written. Like, each chapter would start out with, like, rule number whatever, this is what you do, and then like it'll go into it. But I also think it's one of those things where it would be really cool to delve into the characters and delve into that world and just the fun of it. I think it'd be a really fun and funny book.
That would be a really good book. That
And it's one of those different takes on like the apocalypse. Like you get the apocalypse books where you're like, oh, you're super lonely and you're trying to survive, and this one would just be, a romp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having fun, trying to survive.
Yeah. You run into these like weird characters and Tallahassee and all of that. It would be fun.
Do you want it from a specific person's perspective, or do you want like...
Well, I mean, the movie was definitely his perspective. So I think for the most part it would be from his perspective, but I think it'd have the interruptions of the other characters, like when he'd meet him, kind of how they did it, where it was like he met Tallahassee. It's like, oh, Tallahassee's like big thing was to get to Tallahassee and to like find a Twinkie and stuff like that. And I think it'd be cool to have like certain chapters that were like flashbacks on these characters. So I think like present time for the most part would be his perspective, but like it'd be interrupted by chapters of like backgrounds on the characters.
I think it'd be fun. I think the thing is I can imagine it as a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, The Mummy, it would be fun to be as a book. The Addams Family, I can't really think of how I'd want it to be as a book. I just think it would be fun to get more of the character perspective, and more of the twistedness, I think, would be fun from a book. But I could imagine Zombieland as a book.
Yeah.
I could imagine the chapters as the different rules and the having different people for different areas that they want to go into, and you could have it from their perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
But, sorry.
And then I always like, because in the movie they had like zombie kill of the week. I think that would be another good like interruption of it. Like each like act of the book or whatever would be like, you'd have part 1, zombie kill of the week, and it'd have like a quick little chapter on that, and then you go into the story, and then like throughout the story you have like little background chapters, and then it goes part 2, zombie kill of the week, and it does another one, then it goes into part 2 of the book.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That does sound like it would be kind of a fun read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have another book, Megan?
Yes. And these basically I'm just listing all of my favorite books or favorite movies.
Uh-huh.
The Fifth Element. I want a sci-fi, action-packed Fifth Element, slight romance. That's okay, there's a theme here. Action, ever so slight romance, comedy, and like just good characters.
Yep.
So I would like that one. I would also feel like that one would really do well as a multiple point of view book, only because we'd have to get Zorg's point of view. Have you guys seen The Fifth Element?
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
I have plenty of friends who have not, and it just boggles my mind. But we'd have to get Zorg's perspective. But also, I feel like it would be funny to have a Lilu perspective before she learns English, and it's just mumbo jumbo for like half a page. I thought that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, I feel like that one would just be similar to The Mummy, where it'd just be a fun, just good read, but they could go deeper into like how the technology works. So like, because he's a cab driver, so how does this cab float?
Yeah.
Or more on like how we have so many different aliens. And that's one thing I liked about the Aurora Rising series, was how they just like humans discovered other aliens and how they reacted at first versus how they reacted in like terror and then slowly came to agreements with them. I'd like to get some history on that.
Yeah.
In that world. And that was directed by Luc Besson and written by him, I think, as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just get Mila Jovovich on the cover again. I just want her.
I think Fifth Element, especially as a book, would just be a classic sci-fi hero's journey type book. And I think it would be a solid book for sure.
He's very much a reluctant hero.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I'm a retired soldier, basically. I don't want to go back into action. And they're like, no, we literally need you to save the world.
Yep.
And then, yeah, him coming back into his own and finding love out of it.
There you go.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a Fifth Element 2 screenplay but Luc Besson was just like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm done. I've told my story.
I don't think a sequel would have been good.
No.
Yeah.
Unless it was about completely different characters.
Yeah.
But then what would they call it? The sixth element?
They just keep going.
They just keep going. It's like District 9.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a District 10? Who knows?
I was thinking Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
It just
God.
keeps going and going and going.
Like somebody made a meme that was all like, "What's Fast and the Furious 10 going to be called? Fasten your seatbelts or something like that."
New seatbelts.
Fast 10 your seatbelts.
I love
Oh, that's pretty fun.
it. For
What's your
me,
next
my
one?
next one was, and I was actually surprised to find out that it wasn't based on a book because it seems like that type of a movie that would be. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Oh, that's
I-
actually, yeah, I definitely thought that would have been based off of a book.
Right.
Same, yeah.
I think it
I'm
would have been a
shocked.
really, really good book because it's such a deep movie about him like erasing his memories of her and then realizing how much he loved her and how important they were, and then them finding each other again on accident and stuff. And I just felt like it could have. There's so much more that you can expand on in a book than you could in a movie that has to do with like memories and their past, and you could have really watched them fall in love and then fall out of love and then fall in love again,
Yeah.
which would have, I think, made an amazing book.
Yeah. Like, giving credit to actors, they did a really good job of
amazing.
putting feeling into that, but definitely
Yeah.
the book, I think, would have expanded a lot more on like the
Same, yeah.
feelings of like love and confusion and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was one I was surprised because I looked it up. I was like, is this a book? And the funny thing is that I was going to say this before we got started, but we kind of just jumped in and I didn't think about it. So many times I'd try to think of books or movies that I loved, and I'm like, oh, it is a book. Or at least it's based off of a book. Like,
I
Ever After
honestly-
is one of my absolute favorite favorite movies. It's based off Cinderella. It's
Yeah.
Cinderella. Like,
You can still get it. Is that not a book? I thought that was a book too.
no, I don't know. Maybe.
There was a lot that I did a lot of research on of like, oh, I really like this movie or this show, and I like look it up. I did that with musicals. Like I did
Right.
that with one of my favorites was How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It is a book.
Right.
Like it actually does have. It's like a really short book, which was one of the ones where I'm like, I want to now read this.
Yes.
But yeah, it was. There were so many that I'm all like, oh, I love this one. Is there a book on it? So I look it up. And I'm like, oh yeah, nope, there's a book.
Well, I mean, we'll get into that. That'll be another question. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, for me, it was a big thing. I was trying to think, like, what are some of my favorite things? And a lot of my favorite ones were based off books. And whether or not I've actually read the book, I was like, oh, of course it's based off a book.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly.
So Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, I actually thought that was going to be based off a book, and I was surprised to find out it wasn't.
Yeah, for sure.
It would
I
make
think
a
that would
really
be
good book.
I think that would be a really good book, actually.
Yeah. What about you, Marissa?
All right. Well, I was going to say The Wilds, but I don't think either one of you guys watched The Wilds. So for our listeners, I definitely think The Wilds. But my other one on that, and I can't talk about it too much with Jenna, but is Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Imagine the mind, like, especially that one has to have dual point of views.
Yes.
And I also feel like it could benefit from like different writers,
Mm-hmm.
like multiple writers writing from different points of views.
I think one of the reasons why I want it as a book is I think it would still be confusing, but I think it would make more sense as a book.
Yeah.
In the fact of like I would for so long watching not the Wilds, the Yellow Jackets.
I found it.
Okay, pause here to
I'm so sorry.
find the Addams Family book.
Finish your thought though.
I don't even remember my thought. Tell the book and then I'll come back to Yellow Jackets.
I lied. It is not an Addams Family. It is called Now Entering Addamsville, and it's by Francesca Zappia, who did the Eliza and Her Monsters book. But the reason I thought it was Addams Family is because it's called Addamsville, but it is not related to. And I like knew the cover. I knew it had like a spooky house on it. But yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's
It is
okay.
not Addams Family related.
Dare you.
She literally spent this last like 30 minutes trying to find this book just
going
for it to
through-
not be an Addams Family book.
I went through all of my Goodreads want to read book because I was like, I know I like this author. So I looked up Kendra Blake first, going, okay, it's got to be Kendra Blake because she would do a spooky, like Addams Family retelling totally.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it's not her. Well, I don't know. So then I pulled up Owl Crate past books And I'm going through and I was like, could it be Francesca Zappia? Could it be? And so I pulled up her books and I was like, oh, there it is.
There you go.
Anyway,
Anyways,
back
Yellow
on topic.
Jackets. So yeah, I think Yellow Jackets is a book, and by me saying it makes more sense is not that like I think it makes more sense than the show. I think understanding Yellow Jackets would make more sense in the book. It just the fact that like I remember watching the show, and you're supposed to feel this way, but I'm like, is this supernatural? Is this psychological?
Right.
Is this like what am I looking at here? Like, is this just a social experiment of some sort? Like, what is going on here? Where I
Mhm.
think in a book, I think I'd get a better grasp on the vibe of it.
Exactly. And I think that it very much has, like, at least the part that I am at, it has Lost vibes, where you're wondering, like you said, is there something else going on here outside of, like, the natural realm or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, having that, like, especially from the characters' like inner monologues,
Mm-hmm.
I would love, love, love to see, oh, what's her name? Christina Ricci. Misty's. I just want to see her thought process.
Dude.
I want to be like, because she does a good job, but I feel like her like inner monologue would be like obviously unhinged because we know that from the beginning something's not right up there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I want to see how far it goes.
Yeah.
And how far her delusion is.
I think the really cool thing about Misty's character is that she's neurodivergent is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
And so it's like, it'd be cool to see her thought process on
Yes.
things. But same thing with so many others where it's like, how much of it is them, like, when it starts to go wild and everything, is it them just trying to, like, fit in? Or are they actually, like, believing it? Are they actually a part of it? Are they just, following the flow of things?
Right.
Getting through all of that would be really interesting.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah. Anyways, do you guys have any more, or should we flip it to the other side?
Those were just my main two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were my main ones for movies. The funny thing is, I think, like I said, I had a lot that I would have enjoyed, and I enjoyed, but I found out they were based on books or whatever. I was gonna say, the funny thing is that for me, I kind of an opposite thing is that I watched the TV show The Vampire Diaries.
Oh,
And then I went back and read the books, and I hated the books. They were awful.
because
The
the
were
books,
horrible.
yeah, they're so. As far as I've been told, they're disconjointed.
Yes.
They're written by different people.
Oh, I didn't even get that far. Like, literally, even just the first book was awful. And then it just like it didn't have any like even similar plot line at all. But I really enjoyed the spin-off series, the Legacies? No, not Legacies. That's a newer one. The Originals. And that was probably, I liked that even better than I liked Vampire Diaries or anything. I thought that would make a really good book if written by a different author. But unfortunately, I didn't like the original book for the Vampire Diaries. So it was one of those things that's like, I'd love to have this book where you can kind of like dig into the deep history of the original vampires and their story, which I thought was so cool. But I wouldn't want to have done by the author that gave the entire series.
Dang.
So,
Well, as far as I understand, is the author either passed away or stopped writing them, so
Yeah.
someone else picked them up.
I think she did recently pass away, actually.
Okay.
Too. But yeah, it was just, I'd want something else done. I'd want it done differently. I'd want it written from a different world.
Fan fiction writers out there.
Fan fiction.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so other than that, that was close as I could come with something else that I wanted to read, but necessarily didn't have a book on it.
Yes.
So I was gonna flip it again and say, do you guys have any books that don't have adaptations?
So many.
that you would like to see?
All of them.
All of them. Well, are there any that you wouldn't? That's another.
Most of them. All of them.
No, I feel like as long as, I mean, obviously we had our whole episode where we talked about some that just didn't work.
Yeah.
But then we had, in that same episode, we talked about them that actually like really worked. Like The Hunger Games was good for what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously my favorite book of all time, Sabriel, I'd love to see And he does post, Garth Nix, the author, does post a lot and says, hey, I'm pitching my screenplay again.
Yeah.
We'll see if anything happens. And it like got pretty far, I think, in like the early 2000s. But then they're like, she's a main character as a woman. We don't want that. So, yeah.
Interesting. But I guess, so one of my thoughts too was like, because this is a much shorter list, I think, but is there any book that you read that you think like would be ruined as a book or as a movie or TV series? Because like
All of the Fae books.
all of the Fae books.
All of those A Court of Thorn and Roses, anything that has to do with Fae, all of those little Fae love stories. They keep wanting to make books and movies out of those. I think they'd be ruined as movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh.
they would.
Amazon is doing A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I think
like,
it got canceled.
of course.
Everything gets picked up and canceled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
'Cause-
that would get ruined.
Weirdly enough, I would hate to, and like if they want to do it, she wants to get more money and stuff like that based off of this. That's awesome. Good, go for you. I would hate to see Gail Carriger's books.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see those as graphic novels.
They have a graphic novel.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, they do. They have a manga.
Today I learned.
Yeah, they have a manga of it.
Okay. Oh, you're right. It was Hulu and it's no longer in development, right?
Yep.
I could see those be a cute movie, but I feel like
Couldn't do
with
it.
that it would be green screen. Everything, like I'm imagining it
Mhm.
being the stupid Three Musketeers that turned steampunk with Orlando Bloom as like the main bad guy in
Uh-huh.
Oh
it.
yeah.
That and Mila Jovovich was in it, and it was so bad because it was all green screen.
I think it would not be done well. And the other thing is anything that has that big like world where I got so many different stories out of it, I don't think I'd want to see that on screen because there's too much.
What about an anime? Or like a cartoon style?
maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. But even still, I just feel like there wasn't. I like what I have, and I feel like if somebody else did something with it, I'd be like, I don't like that. That's not what I envisioned.
Yeah.
So that's one
That's-
of those ones where I couldn't do it.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very difficult when everyone has different visions of everything. Yeah.
I think that's the fact that it would be so CGI and stuff like that is the reason that I wouldn't want to see any of the Fae ones done.
Yeah.
And also, honestly, like those are love stories. They're supposed to be love stories, and I just don't think love stories translate as well when they're supposed to also be epic adventures into a screen.
Yeah.
Because one of those are usually fighting for each other. It's not like The Mummy where it's like you have a little bit of love story and a lot
Yeah,
of action. This,
right.
it's like people are there for the love story,
Yeah.
but there's also kind of a plot,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like it doesn't translate well, I don't think, onto the screen.
We need to go to one of those romantasy balls
Yeah.
where they basically reenact the scenes and,
Right.
and you're like in your dress and you're watching it as it's happening. And then we could be like, okay, yeah, it works in person.
I think that from those, but a lot of times in books, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in that reader, in the main character's perspective. You are
self-insert?
that, person as you're reading it in a way. And I think that watching it on a screen, you don't get that same like self-insert
Okay.
feeling. But I also think, I think that the CGI and stuff is another reason why, and it has been picked up too, is Fourth Wing wouldn't be as good, I think.
It has been picked up
does.
and it actually seems
that
like it's
one's-
actually happening.
Yeah, but so did Court of Thorn and Roses. So,
But
we'll
this
see.
one has a director. Like I think it's gone farther than any
Oh,
of the
okay.
other ones have gotten, but it could still not happen.
Yeah.
So much stuff can, happen in the span. Yeah. I would love to see, and I just talked about this last episode, the Inheritance games. I feel like that would translate a lot better as a CW show.
It would be.
Because you guys
It would
all
be
talk
a
great
about
CW
it.
show. It would definitely be a CW show.
And we could see the actual like puzzles as they're happening.
Yeah.
And maybe it would be
Yeah.
easier for us to see,
And you might be able to get hints that you could
Exactly.
follow through that because you could hide them in the show. Whereas
Yeah.
you couldn't hide them.
I think that would translate really well.
Yeah.
yeah.
I say reading only the first book, but
But I mean, the first book is basically the gist of the entire
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So I feel like that one, and I, if that does ever get picked up, I would watch the heck out of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would definitely be over there pulling a White Lotus and being like, okay, but did you notice the way they talked about it in this section? And behind them was like this motif. So obviously,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I for me we just talked about the irregular. I think that would be
The
a
very
fun.
secret society of irregular witches.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be a good one because it's just magic-y enough that you'd have the little bit of like the practical magic vibes. You can make the little things happen and move. But it's set in our real world, so it would be fun to watch that.
And I feel like it would be easy to, like, you know, obviously you don't want to cut anything,
Yeah.
but that one I feel like because most of it was a lot of the like, not vibes, but just like the
Yeah.
ambiance of everything, that it could translate to
Yeah.
a movie pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like who's that? Wes Anderson should direct it. Very colorful,
Oh yeah.
kind of unique camera angles.
I don't know why I thought Wes Craven.
Oh,
like, why? I don't think he should.
No,
Wes Anderson
Wes
makes more
Anderson.
sense.
Yes. Because also Wes Anderson movies are just very quirky as well. So I feel like that
Oh, yeah.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah,
can
I
see
think
it.
that would go well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about you, Marissa?
My big one that I've been thinking about recently has been The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because I feel like that keeps getting picked up and
Yes.
dropped. And I have decided that I want Aubrey Plaza to play Evelyn Hugo.
She would be so good because she's very much white passing, but she is
Yep.
of Latina descent.
Yep.
Or she's Latina.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think she would make an amazing Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah.
Because like we've seen her as blonde too. Like
Yeah.
she's done blonde hair and she's very good at it.
Also, I feel like she is underutilized as just a genuinely good actress because she was on the season 2 of White Lotus
yeah.
and she played a more serious role compared to her other characters that she's done on like Parks and Rec or I don't know, she's done a Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I would love to see her.
Oh yeah, I think she would be fantastic in that role. And then somebody had made like a fan made like teaser trailer for it before.
With her?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think so. I don't remember, but I remember they had the voiceover of it, and it was the last line of one of the last lines of the book where she says are you afraid that are you offended or whatever by everybody when they hear Evelyn Hugo, all they think of is her 7 husbands. And she's like, no, because I think they'll be much more interested to hear about my wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, I think that was such a good teaser for like a teaser trailer
Mhm.
of it all that I think that would be great for a movie.
Okay, I'm going to go home and draw Aubrey Plaza as Evelyn Hugo now.
Awesome. Please send it to us.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fun.
Marissa, do you have any books that you don't want to see as a?
Yeah, the Solace series.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just
The
for some
Parasol
reason,
characters.
you know what? Look, mom brain. I
Went
can't
through
one-
all of it. She doesn't listen to me at all.
I
We
don't.
said Joe Cusack earlier. She goes, by the way, guys, it was Joe Cusack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We said
Marissa, I tune you out apparently.
Oh,
siblings.
sisters.
Sisters. Oh my goodness.
How about you, Jenna? Is there any that you would not want to see at all?
I mean, other than
Oh, you said ACOTAR, yeah.
ACOTAR
Megan
ones.
doesn't listen.
It's
None
fine.
of us are listening to each
We're all
other.
thinking
Well,
about our own things.
Listen, when it comes to ACOTAR, I specifically ignore it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of those like high fantasy romantasy books, I'm not interested in seeing those as movies. They get super popular. They're super like, and then everyone wants to see them. But I think that honestly, I think what ruined it for me is Shadowhunters got so big and the Cassandra Clare world got so big, and I loved it so much. And then they made a show out of it, and they ruined it. And I hated the show, and it didn't follow the plot, and the characters were very CW, even though I think it was ABC or something like that, freeform. And I was like, this is ruining it. Like they literally, all of their runes were Sharpies on them. I was like,
I think the other hard part about that too was and I think it would be the same thing with the Parasol Protectorate series of like there is so much that they wanted to put in it,
Yeah.
and they're always afraid they're gonna get canceled, so they just squish it all in and
Yeah.
try to
Right.
make it all work in like a little thing. Like they had Aileen and Helena in it and all of that. It was like, what? This is not like anything prevalent right now. Like,
Right.
don't get me wrong, I'm glad you had it, but this is
They come in way later.
like a different book series, like-
Right. Yeah, this I didn't even watch that far into it.
Oh,
but-
I didn't watch any of it. I just saw it because I'm a lesbian
Reddit.
online.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. No, I think I watched maybe like 2 episodes and I was like, this is awful, I can't do it. I did like the movie version, even though it got really bad reviews and ratings. I thought that was decent, but it
Yeah.
followed book 1 and it did a decent job of taking the main points. And I think we've talked about, I don't know if this was one of your questions for later, but for me, it was one of those books that I saw the movie first and then read a book.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what made me get into the series, was I watched that movie first.
Yeah. And I think that makes a big difference too, is that you watched it first, so that's why you liked it a lot.
Right.
I did the same thing. I watched the movie first and I really liked the movie.
Yeah.
I also like what's her face is in it, the girl who plays Cersei in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Lena Headley.
Yeah, she was in it. I think she did a really good job.
Yeah.
I think it was a good movie. Once again, having read all the books, I'm all like, I'm kind of glad it didn't continue though, because
They
how
could've
would
done
you
it
put
so bad.
everything in that?
Right. Although I will say, like, I enjoyed, I was good with Lena Headley, and now I can't remember the main character who played,
Oh, I don't know her name, honestly.
she does, Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
And she's really popular too. But I liked her. I liked Jace, who we talked about. I liked him as Jace, but did not like him as Vecna, and it's creepy as Vecna.
Yeah.
But like, I thought that they had a really decent and good cast, but yeah, there's so much to those books that, like, honestly, it had to be a TV series, I think, to get all of it in, but because they were so worried it got canceled, it got so bad because they pushed too much in it. And yeah,
Could have been a good anime.
Yeah, it could have been a decent anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one has a manga
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
that
Or
could
a
be
graphic novel or whatever.
Yeah.
good. Sorry, you were saying Vecna, and that was one of the ones I was thinking of, like, a TV show that I'd like to read as a book. I'm like, it's basically just Stephen King and all the other
Right.
books as it, so it's
Yeah.
not...
I thought about that one too. I was like, this would make a good book. And I was like, nah, I think I'd prefer it as a TV show. But also, it is a lot of books already out
It's
there.
already inspired by so many books,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Also possibly by true events.
Oh.
Spooky.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy.
Sound like my husband.
theories.
Yeah, I think that if we talked a little bit about books that we'd like to see redone, I think I like if they did Shadowhunters again. But then I think also I wouldn't want it redone because there's just too much to it.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they did, the hard part is I like the movies. If they wanted to go back and remake the movies, that'd be great. Unfortunately, all of those actors and actresses are now too old to play those.
Yeah, I cannot do it.
So it's like, if you could go back in time and remake the movies back then, I might be able to forgive you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about you, Megan? Do you got another one that sticks out that you really want to be?
Yes, I have a couple, and then I have one that I don't want.
Oh, what's one you don't want? Because you haven't really said that.
The 10,000 Doors of January.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
I feel like that one is all vibes,
Yeah.
and movies cannot get that.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie recently that I think was based off of a book, and it didn't do a good job because most of the book is all internal monologue and it's all vibes. And I feel like, but I don't remember what it is. I'll come back in like 2 weeks. But I feel like 10,000 Doors of January is just like, there is adventure in it, but I feel like it's just so it's just so hard to explain.
It's also, I feel like the thing that I liked about 10,000 Doors of January is I went into it knowing nothing and having no idea where it was going, but I still loved every chapter.
Every single moment of that.
And
yeah.
it's like,
was so beautiful.
I talked to you a little bit about, we just recently read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I was like, I'm so far into this and I still have no idea what the plot is.
Yeah.
And it was like, usually if I don't know what the plot is, I'm sitting there thinking like, I don't know what the plot is of this book. But 10,000 Joys of January, I'm like, I have no idea what the plot is, but I don't even care that I don't know what the plot is.
Yeah. Yes, that's one I would not want to see, only because I feel like the words themselves all had so much meaning and impact on the reader that the movie would never ever be able to do it justice.
Yeah.
Like, even I've tried so many times to do fan art of it, and I just can never get it to what I'm like, how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
Because it's just so beautiful. So that's one I would not want to see, only because I know that they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, for sure. What about something that you really want to see?
Ninth House by Lee
Oh,
Bardugo.
okay.
I feel like we as a society need more dark academia movies. I feel like we don't have enough, and I feel like that one is so good because it is so dark. You could make it almost into a horror movie, but still get the vibes of what the book is, because the whole thing is like based on a mystery of what happened to, I forgot his name.
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Oh, you didn't read it?
either.
I'm
No.
alone.
You're alone.
So we're
Um,
waiting
careful.
until it actually all comes out.
Yes, I definitely say wait until it comes out, because who knows when the third book comes out. But yeah, I feel like that one could be a really good, almost horror movie. Maybe like slightly thriller. Like, I'm thinking, do you guys know the show From at all?
No.
No? Okay. Never mind.
That's what it gives you.
You're
the
all alone over there. Poor Megan.
I'm so alone.
over in her
Can't
corner.
even talk about that. Well, I mean, she started this with The Mummy, and we talked about that for a good 15
Yeah,
minutes.
right.
Yes.
So we were all able to talk about
We were
that.
all in. Now we're slowly like, breaking
dissipating.
apart.
Then you guys did Yellow Jackets, and I was like, all right, on my side. And it's
You guys
like-
did
Shadowhunters,
and
yeah.
I watched some of the show.
Yeah.
I didn't find any issues with it, but I just
Yeah.
thought it was just
ridiculous.
just like the quality
Yeah.
was bad. Like, that was lower than a
Sharpie.
CW show.
Sharpies for their
But
little wounds.
I also thought the movie was also bad.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't think any of it was good. But that was just me, just quality wise. And then another one, like the last one that I have that I would really like to see, only because if we can have a million retellings of Pride and Prejudice, then I want the murder mystery Pride and Premeditation, not
Not
Mystery.
Murder
the one,
Mr.
not the Murder of Mr. Wickham. I specifically want the Tears of Price. No, not Murder of Mr. Wickham. The Tears of Price rendition of Pride and Premeditation, which is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, not set afterward, but based on a murder. So yeah,
I think The Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart would make decent movies too.
I
Or
want animes.
shows.
I want anime.
I don't really watch anime, so I don't really care. I don't like animes.
Yeah,
But I don't watch any. My husband does, so but yeah, for me I could watch a show of those. It's magical, but not so magical that it would have to be a ton of CGI. I think Once Upon a Broken Heart gives kind of Alice in Wonderland vibes with the
Yeah.
twisted fairy tale type thing. But I think that Caraval would be one of those ones that's kind of like Vampire Diaries for me, where it would make a better movie than it would a show.
yeah,
Because it has that whole like it's all just a game kind of feel that
Yeah.
could give you that like twisty, turny, hallucinogenic kind of feel, like I'm watching the Inception kind of vibes, where it's like you're watching it and you're like, wait, that was all real to begin or whatever, you
Yeah.
know? Whereas in the book, I just felt like it fell flat for me. I didn't
Mm.
like the Caraval books as much. And then I just think I enjoyed Once Upon a Broken Heart better than I like Caraval. So if you're going to make it, at least let me enjoy the other half of it too.
yeah.
But it'd have to be cast right, I think.
For me, I can see all of them more as anime. Same thing with Wicked King.
Yeah.
I feel like because it's so whimsical and magical that there is so much more that they could do in anime form
Mhm.
and get the feel and the, what's the word? I keep saying like vibes.
Yeah.
The auras,
The atmosphere.
the atmosphere. I feel like that they could do it more correctly.
Yeah.
But also it could just be because I've seen so much fan art of it that
I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say-
I can't imagine it as real people. I can only imagine it as cartoonish.
Part of it too, I think your ability to do the anime thing is that you think in fan art too.
Yeah.
So because you do fan art and you're artistic that way, you see it in that way in your head,
Yeah.
probably. So it probably translates better that way for you in general.
If I knew how to do animation, I would make a trailer for Once Upon a Broken Heart, only because I feel like that would be so much fun to do, but it would be so tedious.
It would be very tedious. Watch Bluey at the end. They do the little animation thing with one of their episodes.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's how they do it. I felt very like, look at these kids shows teaching me things.
Best friend Hannah's learning how to do it.
There you go.
But it is also very tedious, and she's doing it for school, so I don't think she'd want to add another thing on her plate.
Maybe she needs a project eventually, and you can give her that.
She's doing a webtoon.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I thought it was really cool because I'd never seen anybody create a webtoon, so when we had that writing night, I was like, that was really cool watching somebody make an actual webtoon.
Yeah. There's so much that goes into it that I didn't even know, that it's all in like different panels. I just thought it was all in one thing. I understand now why it's in different panels.
Yeah.
Because the file size would be absolutely massive if it was 100 panels of a webtoon. But yeah.
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 It was awesome.
It was really cool, yeah.
My other one that I really want to see done, and I have a very specific way I want this to be done. I want it to be a limited series of Priory of the Orange Tree.
Yes. Okay. Hang on. I saw it and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I could, but yes.
And I'm back out on my side.
Jenna, you go ahead and hang out over there, eat your tarts. No, I want it to be a very, like, I don't want it to be, like, extra long and continuous and then make up more stuff for it or whatever. I want it to be a limited series done similar to, like, Game of Thrones style, where you have that different perspectives that you're jumping to all the different people.
Yeah.
And then once it's over, it's over. And then we get A Day of Fallen Night limited series as well.
And then the Burning of the Flowers is the next one.
Yeah,
and that would be a movie. No.
I literally just looked it up because I was like, what was the name of the other one? It's Among Burning Flowers.
Among the Burning Flowers, yeah.
It's 288 pages.
It's not a novella. It is a straight up novel. Her and Brandon Sanderson need to hang out because their novellas are not novellas. It is basically just a bridge between books.
Yeah.
That is another book.
I was like, that is very small for you.
Yes.
That is the normal size of a book.
Right. I will still devour it, and I will love to see it on my shelf.
And I'll be sad because it's so short, but...
Yeah. But also maybe slightly relieved.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe that's what you should get into first, Jenna, is just start with that one because it's set before...
288 pages I can handle pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you won't have to worry about dropping it on your child.
Yeah. It's the prequel to the prequel.
The prequel to the... Oh, look, I'm really reading it in order.
No, it's the prequel to the sequel. Oh, it's the prequel to the original. We're going Star Wars here.
I thought it was the original.
2 years before Priory of the Orange Tree.
Oh, see, I thought it was like prequel. Like
No.
it was... Okay.
No. I still want one set 1,000 years before.
Yeah.
We're still holding out hope. She said she's not done with the world, so...
I mean, she could go in that world forever.
Yeah. There's so much.
Its own history and everything.
Exactly.
But
Look,
yeah,
those
it
books
needs to be
already look like they go into that world.
Yeah.
That's also like me being like, I just want every Hunger Games.
I will say, though, if you had the
Take a
limited
drink.
series, like television series of this book, I think it would be a lot easier to go read the book then.
Oh,
Because-
definitely, yeah.
It was really hard starting the book because I was like, what's going on? I don't understand any of this.
Yeah.
Like, what's the politics? Who are these people?
Yeah.
It took a lot to get into the book, and I started and stopped that book so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Where if I watched the show and was like, okay, this character, I know this character, and I could kind of
Game
start
of
learning
Thrones.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went and read the book. It would have been awesome. So
Yeah.
I think they should do that so that it could get more people reading the book.
Okay. I agree with a limited series. Are you thinking like 10 episodes? Like a Game of Thrones amount?
like 10, 12 episode
Okay.
limited series.
And that's it.
Yep.
Season 1.
That's it. It's one season. It's the book. You get everything out of it, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then you can do another limited series of A Day of Fallen Night.
Okay.
I think that's the thing, is that's how I feel about most of the books that I've read, is that I would enjoy a limited series that covered that book but didn't go over the top and literally just beat the story to death, or didn't try to shove everything from 7 novels into an hour and a half movie.
Exactly.
I like that thing that was like, Netflix, do you want to watch a 10-hour movie?
Yes.
No. What if we broke it up into 45-minute episodes?
And you still watched 10
And you
hours worth of
still
it.
watched
Yes.
it all at once.
Oh, sure, I'll binge that in one night.
Exactly.
Yep. That's
Yes.
genius. That they also did that with I've talked about it in the Percy Jackson episode, but they
Yeah.
did that with the Percy Jackson book where they're like, we don't think the second movie is gonna get a sequel, so we're just gonna take the ending of book 5 and shove it onto the ending of movie 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but speaking of, Percy Jackson's getting third season, and second season hasn't even come out yet.
Nice.
Which I'm excited because then you guys get to meet Nico, who is my favorite emo boy.
Oh, I love it. Emo boys. Take us
Yeah.
all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haley told me to watch Jack Black hosted Saturday Night Live this past weekend,
Uh-huh.
and one of their movie shorts that they do or whatever, it's not the skits, it's like an actual movie. Ooh, my tummy. And it was they're in Jamaica, and the Jamaicans, like, they're just like, oh, life is sometimes hard, but what we like to do is look at the goth kid on vacation. And it was so funny because it's just like a whole family that's like, quote, quote, normal looking. And then you have the goth kid who's just like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we get a good kick out of that.
Yeah.
And then
For
Welcome to
sure.
the Black Parade starts playing. It's so funny. It's so funny. Anyway, I mean, obviously, another thing I'd like to see is Three Dark Crowns. But again, I feel like that would be a good anime because a lot happens. But I also never finished the series. So
That's a good thing about animes, honestly, is that I feel like animes are those things that you could do with books of, like, you could just put everything in it because the anime
Yeah.
could be like
they can do anything.
50 episodes long and you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And then some.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say, do you have any last thoughts before we get through this?
No. I think that the funny thing is that I didn't realize how many books or how many movies were books until you started thinking about it. And it's like, I had a lot of those things where it's like, we've talked about before with you with the Fried Green Tomatoes, where you watched the movie and then found out it was books, so you read the book. I did that with Princess Bride, and I read the book, and it's like
Stardust.
yeah. So now it's like there's more books or more movies that I'm finding out that I'm like, oh, I should go and get those books, and see if they're actually good. But
Definitely.
I am afraid for some of them that we're gonna end up
Right.
Vampire Diary style or
Mhm.
Stardust style.
Stardust style, yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to go home and watch The Mummy and Stardust now.
There you go.
I love it.
All right, guys. So wrapping this up, let's talk about what we're all reading. Megan, let's start with you.
Well, hang on. Let me pull up my thing.
Jenna, let's start.
I'm currently in between books. I need to find a book to read. I do have both The Fire of the Orange Tree and A Day of Fallen Night on Audible that I could possibly start.
Speaking of,
So
Start, and you will have those for what, like 3 months that you can.
well, let's see. A Day of Fallen Night is 38 hours and 48 minutes. A Fire of the Orange Tree is 25 hours and 52 minutes.
So you'll finish each of those in a month. It's fine.
yeah.
It'll take me all month to listen to those, but maybe I'll have those as my Audible books going when I have those moments of weed eating or driving or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of like gardening and stuff. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which do you think you'll start with?
Okay, so I don't know. You guys kind of want me to read A Day of Fallen Night first because you think that it would be interesting to see what I pick up on that I don't. So I'm thinking I might start that one.
Okay.
However, I did just look at it and realize it's almost
38.
12 hours longer than the other one.
Which is funny because it looks smaller on my shelf.
So it's only like, I think 20 pages longer, but I feel like it's, when you hold them up, it's heavier.
It looks smaller. Like
yeah,
I was
it looks
looking
smaller,
at it,
but
like,
the page numbers are more.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
weight wise, they were heavy. When I went to the book signing a couple of years ago, it
We were
was
standing
tough.
in line.
Yeah,
It was a
carrying
workout.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think either way it's gonna be fine. I
Yeah.
think the way that you predict things on both of them, whichever one you read first, the next one you're gonna be like, oh, I know everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think just for science,
For
Yes.
science.
we had suggested, because we want to know
what you predict going into a priory.
Okay.
100% one specific character for me.
She's gonna know that. She's gonna know that one.
Yeah. But not so much in the first or the prequel. Anyway.
Anyways.
Marissa, what are you reading?
All right, Megan, what are you gonna read next?
I am going to hop into Where the Library Hides, which is the second What the River Knows. And speaking of the Mummy,
What we talked about? Yeah.
and that's one that I finally got from Fairy Loot. And even though the book came out last November and I've been waiting, she had a book signing last year in our area, and I wanted to go, but also I didn't really like the first one, so I didn't want to be like, sign my book. I don't have it, but anyway. But I do need to know, because of course the last line of the first book is very much Kill Bill reference, where it's like, what now I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have
So.
a lot of books that I've done that with, where I'm like, I wasn't going to read it, but now I need to.
Yeah.
Kill Bill, another good one I'd read as a book.
I could feel like that'd be a graphic novel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely graphic novel. Half the first movie is in freaking anime.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, how about you, Marissa?
I have been listening to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series on Audible and basically been binging that because I'm already on book 3.
Nice.
And I have conflicted feelings. First of all, love the series. The books are great. They're hilarious. They are poignant. They're awesome. My conflicting thing is that the first book is narrated by Stephen Fry,
Oh,
and it's awesome, fantastic, and amazing. And then the subsequent books are narrated by Martin Freeman, and he does a good job. And if he had narrated the first one, it would have been fine.
Martin Freeman is
He was on Sherlock Holmes. He
Yeah,
was
okay.
yeah.
Bilbo
But
Baggins.
he played the main character in the movie adaptation.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Um,
Okay.
But yeah, so he does a good job. There's nothing wrong with him narrating it. Now that I'm on the third book, it's a bit more used to it. But it was definitely not as good going from the Stephen Fry narrating the first one and then going to a different narrator in the second one. It was rough.
That was me, even though Jenna didn't really care for it, was doing the audiobooks of Sabriel was Tim Curry, but then going into the next series where it was just a woman, and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't.
Ugh.
Don't change it up.
Don't change it up. Like, I get it. Sometimes you have to because, scheduling and all of that stuff. But, like, I wish they would just redo the first one with Martin Freeman. And I never listened to the Stephen Fry one.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't like it. I loved the Stephen Fry, but I need the consistency of it. But yeah. All right. So we will end on a quote today.
Yeah.
Like we always do, it's not anything new. You guys know how the formula of this podcast works at this point. We talk about tea, we talk about books, we talk about a quote.
Yeah, speaking of, this is our 49th episode.
Oh, yeah.
Our next episode is going to be our 50th. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you. And hopefully by now you do know the formula.
I would hope so.
All right, guys, ending it on a quote. This one is by Seth Graham Smith. And it says, "What makes a good book and what makes a good movie are totally different things."
Which we have definitely talked about.
We have covered completely in this chapter. All right, guys. Until next time.
For our 50th.
For our 50th.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.